Good kill, good kill. Okay, good kill.
During the 1941 invasion of the Soviet Union, the 1st and 3rd Battalions of the 1st Parachute Regiment and the 2nd Battalion of the Air Landing Assault Regiment were assigned to the Army Group North's 18th Army, where they conducted operations in the Leningrad area. The Fallschirmjäger were specifically deployed to the east of Leningrad on the river Neva to confront a Red Army effort to relieve the city. In October of 1941, the German paratroopers were involved in heavy fighting against the Soviets and were successful in holding off Soviet attacks. From late October 1941 until the 4th of July 1942, the 22nd Air Landing Division participated in the siege of Sevastopol. The Fallschirmjäger overran most of the Soviet 79th Naval Infantry Brigade during combat operations. The Soviet unit tried to counterattack on the 10th of June but was repelled. The Soviet infantry were effectively destroyed with the support of the Luftwaffe, which used anti-personnel bombs against Soviet infantry caught in the open. In March of 1943, the Fallschirmjäger of the 3rd Battalion of the 4th Regiment 7th Airborne Division defended a hill at Lushy on the Eastern Front. They were reinforced by paratroopers from 3rd Battalion of the 3rd Regiment. Between the 20th and 27th of March, these two battalions held off two complete Soviet divisions. During much of the war, the German Fallschirmjägers were seen as elite paratroopers that represented the mobility and might of the German army. By mid-1944, Fallschirmjägers were no longer trained as paratroopers due to Nazi Germany's deteriorating strategic situation and fought as infantrymen. Near the end of the war, the series of new Fallschirmjäger divisions extended to 13 on paper. The last 3 divisions to be created were never fully formed and saw no combat. According to the General Staff of the Wehrmacht, the Fallschirmjägers had suffered 21,300 enlisted killed and 732 officers killed, with a total of 57,500 wounded. So today we're here once again in IL-2 Sturmovik Great Battles. We're going to try to fly the Junkers 52, and we're going to try to deliver some paratrooper troops onto an airfield not too far from here, and expecting to see at least some sort of Soviet resistance to try to shoot us down, but we're going to see how it goes. We're once again in virtual reality with the Oculus Rift S, and all of my computer specs are in the video description below. I didn't really think that I would ever fly the Junkers 52, but it's an experience, and that's what virtual reality is all about for me. I want to experience things, as close to reality as possible. And flying one of these Junkers 52s, I think, is kind of on that level, because there's something worth experiencing here, and that is the vulnerability of this thing, especially when you're getting jumped by a bunch of Soviet aircraft. There's those rounds going right over our head there. Bunch of yaks, it looks like. There's another one passing real close. We do have German 109s in the area who should be providing some sort of cover. I don't know where they are at, but we just took a couple of hits there. Lots of hits, actually. And we can hear our tail gunner. And I don't know why I thought this thing had rear visibility. Oh my god, we're getting hit. Try to brake to one direction. I think this is like one of the only defensive maneuvers I have is to brake left and right. And I have a bunch of paratroopers in the back who are, probably getting shot up as well. To be honest, I don't know how many of them are actually going to make it to the drop site with the amount of bullets coming into our plane. And I'd like to get some altitude so we can get away from any ground fire, but I can't honestly climb with all these yaks shooting me up. How am I still flying is the question. How much punishment can this thing take? And look at this. I'm trying to get up to a little bit of altitude so I don't, catch ground fire. But they won't let me. As you can hear, these guys just strafing me. There's also a bunch of other Junker 52s out here with me who are probably catching about the same punishment. I hear a sound, a grinding sound, which I don't like to hear. You can see over there That engine's still going. I'm actually standing up to try to get a look at these engines. Up in front of us is the airfield that we need to drop our guys at. Other Junker 52s will drop other paratroopers and supplies for these guys. Everything still looks good. We're not too far away. I can actually visually see the bunkers and enemy positions from here now. And this is actually something that the paratroopers would have done, especially in the Eastern Front. They would have had to knock out these Soviet airfields. And what better way than to drop some paratroopers behind enemy lines and effectively knock these things out. My only concern here is getting home after we drop these guys. So hopefully they're going to let us go. There's some seriously bad grinding sounds. And we can see from the shadows we're getting dived on. And I've given the order for the guys to start jumping now, so they should be doing that as we cross right over the airfield. Alright, we've dropped off our paratroopers. Best of luck to them. I think all the other Junker 52s made it as well to the Russian air base. It wasn't far anyway. Now we all got to try to get home. And I still have this grinding and I can't tell where it's coming from. Clearly we are hit pretty badly. I'm just trying to get us close enough to the ground that if we're shot down, it's not a tremendously hard crash, you know what I mean? Like we'll just scrape the ground or something like that. I barely have any power to climb. Kind of a nerve-wracking experience. Look at this, we got a Junkers 52 over there who's being attacked by some Soviet fighters. He's leaking something and oh, they're really going after him. Oh no, I think he's going down. Oh, that's not an encouraging sight for me. That's not what I like to see. Okay, one of our guys got killed there. And flying low to the ground didn't really do too much for him. He still died. Alright. It's a bit of a longer flight because we have to do a full circle to go back home. That engine still looks good. All three engines still running. Once again, standing up here in order to get a good look at everything. That right wing is chewed up pretty badly. And I can kind of see behind us if I stand up like this. It's very immersive, actually. Like this is probably what you'd be doing in real life. You'd be standing up, telling your guy, your co-pilot over here, or navigator or whatever, about what's going on. Oh, wow. There's a German Yak just went over us. There's another Junkers 52 following on our right side, it looks like. Everything's still good so far. We're somehow still in the air. I would love this mission to be completed without dying. Oh, that engine's gone. Okay, we lost one engine. We're down to 2 engines. We're still in the air. That explains the loss of power I've been feeling. It looks like, I guess that grinding noise was coming from the right engine. And the airfield where we need to land is actually right up here. We're not far now. We're very close. I think the only reason we made it as far as we did is because there's some 109s up there that were covering us. Occasionally one of these Yaks would dive down and, try to kill us. But those 109s, I think they kept us alive for the most part. I mean, I think we lost 2 of the Junkers 52s, which is unfortunate. Here's the runway now. I'm landing with 1 engine. I can hear my tail gunner. I think it's that Junkers 52 above us. I think I can put this thing down. With 2 engines, a lot of damage. My first time landing a Junkers 52. Let's see what happens. Come on. Come on. Work with me, girl. There we go. Oh, yeah, she's down. Alright, we did it. Alright guys, there you have it. That's the video for today. I thought it would be interesting to fly the other side of, you know, the combat. We're usually shooting guys down. It might be interesting to play on the receiving side, and VR definitely does make that interesting. I felt pretty immersed. A little bit of stress, especially when that third engine gave out. You could kind of feel, I felt, you know, in danger. So it was quite the interesting experience. I highly recommend VR if you're on the fence about it. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.